PMA consultants here has a approach and a combination of project executives and staff people that results in the best and most advantageous quote for what we envision this to be an 18-month effort on a part-time basis.
All right.
I can take any questions to the memo.
We all saw the tool that PMA would use. Excuse me, am I interrupting somebody?
No, that's you were speaking into quiet.
Okay. The tool that PMA would use, who has seen that?
I saw it. I saw I met with the PMA folks for a demonstration, and it is a highly interactive project management tool. It has a lot of the features of the standard Microsoft project management tool. But those features are all in the background. And what this tool does most helpfully is allow you in real time to take chunks of work and milestones and every other facet of the project, move those around chronologically, and then have everything else fall into place behind the movement, so that you can tell instantly the effect that extending a deadline for 3 weeks, or missing a deadline by 2 weeks, or advancing a deadline by a month will have on every other facet of the project. And it does it graphically, and it does it in a way that allows people to get together and actually talk about the consequences of doing one thing or another, and having those consequences appear in real time, and then capturing the results in the form of a PDF that everybody can take away and work from. And as we get deeper and deeper into this, it seems to me that the scheduling of the various events that are going to occur with respect to hearings and desired end dates for license awarding and the like are going to take on a level of complexity that really would benefit from this kind of tool to allow us all collectively to brainstorm in these meetings, if necessary, and see what the consequences are. So I think that tool is a terrific device for us.
Yeah, I want to emphasize something that you said very, in there, which is what PMA has done. The database behind all three options, everybody uses the same database, if you will. But what PMA has done is overlaid this graphic tool that Commissioner McHugh was just describing. In the background, the same database, either something in Primavera, P3, or Project is really at work. But this overlay that interacts with that is what's really intriguing and powerful, especially as it relates to the work of the Commission, because I think we will need to evaluate different scenarios as we are implementing them. And that's very important to have us all understand.
Is this a proprietary tool, Commissioner?
Yes, and the cost that they're proposing here includes a licensing for multi-users. In other words, there would be up to 5 people at the Commission that could log in at any given time, but it could be many more if they're not at the same time. But we obtain all the database in any form we want it, meaning we could have all the dependencies, activities, etc. in Project, in Excel, actually both. The data is all ours. It's the overlay that reports in the graphic form that we would get licensed, that we would pay a license fee. I'm sorry.
And we could continue to use that even if they were no longer working for us.
That's correct. That's correct.
I was not available to see the demonstration, so if I'm asking questions that I hope you have the answer to. User-friendliness, I know that's a huge piece in a successful software project of any kind. Is that a user-friendly
Yes.
instrument?
Yes, I would characterize it as very user-friendly. These, the genesis of this tool tells a lot of the story, which is the clients like us at the executive level, where being bogged down in too many little activities, and there was this real need to have something that was user-friendly. And I think to a great degree they have accomplished that by summarizing and being able to do this very interactive tool. Now, just a little caveat, the more, it's still a tool. We could end up, and I hope we don't, putting in too much detail where eventually it becomes less and less manageable. But I'm very, having used Primavera and Project in the past, I was very encouraged that there's this next generation that I wasn't familiar with, which is this graphic planning method that I believe really can help us.
This isn't like Angry Birds, though, we'd all have to have a little training to do it.
Yes.
But
I think that's right. I'm
Some of
sorry.
us might need a lot of training.
Pardon me?
Some of us might need a lot of training.
Well, that's certainly a possibility, but I mean, you can move the stuff around, it'll work, and we can work it.
Well, what I think is relevant here is that this is a step further into having people, again, like us, understand the real inner workings of a schedule, whereas tools like Primavera, there is this, because this is so complex, they would end up creating this black box sort of mentality of, we need to have somebody who really knows how to manage that and just tell me what the results are. I think this tool gets us much further away from that to where we need it, which is one of really understanding what's behind dependencies and dates and milestones.